Now this is cool. Hey there, everybody. I'm Chris Beytes, editor of GrowerTalks, Green Profit, and Acres Online, and I think you might guess where I am. That's right, Ball Seed Customer Day 2023 here in West Chicago, Illinois, out in the Gardens at Ball with, I think I heard 800 or so of my closest friends, and that's only one day of the two-day event. We're going to check out all the different gardens, talk to some folks about the new varieties, and just give you a feel for what's happening out here at the annual event that's been going on for, 50, 60, 75 years. But the starting point is always the owner of this place, Anna Ball. Let's go find her. Hey, Anna Ball.
Hi.
I accost you out here every year where I
know.
catch you doing your, I think it's your favorite thing, greeting customers.
Yes, I love to
for
greet
the
customers.
annual Ball Seed Customer Day.
That's right. This is it.
This is
the
it.
Big day. The
20
big days. 2 days.
Why are we doing 2 days again?
Because we found out that for years and years, like 50 years, we had the field day on Friday. And then we thought, let's have it on Thursday and Friday. And we found out that all the people came on Thursday have been saying, for years I couldn't come because I had to work on Friday. And Thursday I could come. So we thought, gosh, we should have figured that out a long time ago.
Because we've been doing it out here 75 years or something.
75 years. And also people with a big crew, some of them can come on Thursday and some on Friday, so they have things covered.
Yeah, and I heard you may be expecting as many as 1,000 people each day.
Right.
So they're still coming on Friday, too.
Right, they're still coming
Anyway,
on Friday.
what are some messages you want to share about the season, about what's going on around Ball Horticultural Company?
Yeah, well, it was a good season for most of the growers, which is great. We've been talking a lot lately about innovation, which is a perennial subject, right? But how
And an annual subject.
And an annual subject. How important it is to innovate, not just in products, but in the way you service your customers. We have a lot of innovation in our advanced technology area, your computer systems, just innovation overall, I think is super important for us and for our customers.
And anybody here can get tours of those places you just mentioned.
That's right.
As well.
And I think another thing might be just stay focused on the customer. Because if you stay focused on your customer, it gives you sort of a guiding light to make decisions, right? So I think that helps.
Personal service, especially in a day of AI where you don't know if
Exactly.
you're talking to a person or a computer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Personal service is super important.
Yeah, exactly right. And of course, I always hit you with the big question.
What's my favorite plant this year?
Out of all the thousands out in the gardens, what do you see?
I would say two hit me. One is what we put on the lunch tables, Pearl Island Beacon Mix. It is gorgeous. Pearl Island Beacon Mix.
The beacon is your the impatiens that
Beacon is the impatiens, it's downy
mildew
mildew, impatiens resistant, which
Right,
everybody
okay.
should be growing if you care about your customers, right? And because that disease could come back,
Mhm.
okay? And the other thing is it's a Rudbeckia, I think it's called Sunspot, and it's huge and it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous.
We may have that on the screen right now.
And I hope so. It's beautiful.
And I think, where's Susanna?
Susanna's right over here. She's got some favorites too. You got favorites, Susanna?
We ought to get the fourth generation of the company in here as well, because
Hello.
Susanna Ball, you really
Hi, how are you?
You were afraid that people, when saying what their favorite variety is, would steal yours.
Yes,
You're the
I
first
was.
one to say it right here.
Thank you. Yes, well, my favorite variety obviously is everyone's because it's right here greeting everybody as they walk in, which is Hula Begonia, which I think is the best performer out here. It looks fabulous in my yard. It looks fabulous in everybody's, everywhere you see it. It looks amazing. So
We'll look at Hula Begonia.
Hula's definitely a winner. And I have to give a shout out too for the the perennial gardens. I think we've had a little bit of a cooler summer, so they're still looking spectacular right now. So
I'm not even going to talk about the heat. We had such a nice, cool spring for most everybody.
Exactly.
The fact that it's going to be 101-degree heat index out here, we don't care because we're all farmers anyway.
Yeah,
some more than others. Not me. I'm a journalist. But
we've been spoiled. June and early July was quite cool, really.
There
so
you go.
yeah.
All right, well, we're going to go tour your gardens.
All right.
And check out what's going on at Ball Seed Customer Day Days 2023. You think of Ball Seed for annuals, but they sell perennials. And the first thing you see at Ball Customer Day is the Darwin Perennials display, Darwin and Kieft, and their first year flowering tool display where folks are learning how to flower perennials the first year, how to schedule them. And you can even win $100 worth of perennials from Darwin if you were here anyway. And of course, the perennial beds, which look spectacular, even though it's the end of July. We've had a really good season for them. In fact, check out our Darwin Perennials Day video. The link is in the description. For now, let's go find some annuals. Few people know that I surfed back when I was a kid. Hey, we are in the Pan American Seed section here at Ball Customer Day because Pan American is a ball company and they do seed, and that's kind of what it's all about. And I am here with Sarah McCayus, who is, what's your title, Sarah?
I'm the Global Marketing Manager for Pan American Seed.
And I don't think you've been in one of my videos yet, have you?
I don't know.
Are you prepared?
I'm always prepared.
Well, we want you to take us through a few of the highlights here at Pan American Seed. And I know you brought me to the surfboard. I love surfing.
Absolutely.
Because it says Caliburst Petcoa on it. Tell us about this introduction.
Super excited about this one for a number of reasons. This is our first seed Petcoa to the market, so really excited about that. And recently this was an Industry's Choice Award that we just received as well. But with the Caliburst, there's a couple of things that I would call out. We are really advertising and showcasing this in pots only. This is a container only item for us. It is a little bit more cold durable and it has the most super intense yellow that I've probably seen on the market. So really exciting for us.
So Petcoa, for those who don't know what it is a cross between a petunia and a Caliburcoa.
Absolutely.
And what are the traits that each brings
well,
to the
so what I
party?
like to tell people, it's got that power of the petunia and the coolness of the Caliburcoa. So really it brings both of those together and blends them into something that does well for many different types of customers.
Mm-hmm. Bright yellow, more colors coming?
Yes, perhaps.
Not
More
that there's
on the
anything,
way.
not that there's anything
More on
wrong
the
with
way.
yellow. Okay.
Yeah. Chris, we just walked past the wave bed as well. Right, located right over there.
You have a bunch of different beds of different kinds of varieties
Yes.
from Pan American Seed, existing varieties and new
Existing.
varieties. And this bed we're in front of right now is a pollinator.
Yes,
bed, you
this is
said.
our pollinator paradise. So this is a lot of our different varieties that we've utilized in the past, and we've kind of brought it all back so that we can showcase a little bit more of one of our newer introductions, which is the Sweet Talk Kufia.
Well, if I were a pollinator, I would be in this bed. But this is the new one. It's a Kufia? called?
Absolutely, Sweet Talk.
All right, tell me about Sweet Talk.
So we like to call this nature's hummingbird feeder. And there's actually 3 colors that this comes in. This is probably the first real red on the market, is what I would say.
That is beautiful.
I love it.
Rich flower, bright red, not a deep cherry red. It's a brighter red with purple on the backs of the flowers. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
And beautiful habit and big flowers too.
Yes.
And how many
yes.
colors in the series?
So 3. So we have a bicolor as well, which is actually over there, and another pink.
And probably if I wasn't standing right here annoying the pollinators, they'd be swarming. We're bound to see a hummingbird.
Absolutely. I would tell you too that this is really a great option for those DIY home gardeners. So you can really mix and match. It does really well in mixes, but it really, as you can see, look, they're all starting to come in.
They're buzzing around like the folks. The thousands
Yes,
of folks out here in the garden. It's a little warm out. You have some shade plants, I hope.
Yes. Let's go check out the shade.
Let's do that this way. Poor Osvaldo is stuck in the sun out there, our camera guy. He doesn't care. We found a shady spot because Pan Am has shade varieties, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And you wanted to show me a couple, right? What are
Yes, there are 2 others I want to show you absolutely before you leave. So first and foremost, Beacon. One of my favorite consumer brands for a number of reasons. This year we had an introduction of lipstick
they? Right?
and our Pearl Island mix. Great option for more color in anyone's shady garden.
And Pearl Island, I believe, was one of Anna's favorites.
Yes.
It is gorgeous.
But Susanna called out this begonia variety up here, which are in some beautiful hanging baskets. What are those?
Absolutely. So we're standing actually in the hula arm here. And this year with our hula begonias, we had an introduction of red and white. This mix right up here. This is a great item, does well in baskets, pots, and in ground.
All right. Now, I know that Pan Am also does vegetables. Who should we talk to about that?
There is your go-to gentleman is Mr. Josh Kirschenbaum.
Oh, I think we've interviewed him before. Let's go find Josh. Thanks, Sarah. Hey, I found Josh. Deep in discussion, as always, about vegetables. I'm going to interrupt, guys, because he has a Pan Am shirt on and he's not a paying customer.
Come on in.
Josh Kirschenbaum, vegetable specialist extraordinaire for Pan American Seed. What's your exact title, Josh?
I am the business and portfolio manager for the vegetable program at Pan Am.
Very good. Now, folks who know me know I love snacks and I generally like them quick. Do you have anything just for me?
As a matter of fact,
How's that for a setup?
That is an amazing setup, and I also like snacks, so we are a good pair. We have a cucumber in our kitchen mini collection this year named Quick Snack of all things.
Wait a minute, I'm used to small vegetables being tomatoes.
Right, or peppers.
Mhm.
We're actually adding a cucumber that could be grown on a sunny windowsill or a countertop.
Look at these little guys in here.
They're really great tasting snack peppers.
How
You'd
big
like
will
to say.
these get? Cucumbers.
Cucumbers, sorry,
Right.
thank you. They get about, I like to harvest them when they're about 3 inches or smaller. You could harvest them at that
Ready
stage
to
if you
go.
wanted.
I'm peckish, but I'm going to leave those for the paying customers.
For you, I will give you one if you want. I know, but, and the other nice thing is, you're talking about quick. 4 to 5 weeks from seeding, you will have fruit on this plant. It's an amazing variety.
That is really fast. Great idea for that impulse purchase, the Saturday night dinner party you want to
Absolutely,
have.
yep.
Very cool. All right,
Yeah.
what else have you got besides quick
So
stuff?
let's go talk about one of our new pepper varieties in the hand-picked collection over in the garden bed. Chris, over here.
You really get into your work, Josh.
Absolutely.
Can I come up in here with you?
Please, come in, join. This is prism pepper. This is a sweet pepper. We call it like a midi bell. So it's not the same size as a standard bell pepper.
Mid-size.
But it's not a mini like our Snackabell Red is. And the thing that I love about this pepper is, first off, look at how many fruit are on here. Really, really productive.
It's loaded, and I'm seeing
other
lots of
thing-
colors.
And that's what I love about it. So it starts out this chartreuse green. As it continues to ripen, it'll turn orange. And then when it's fully mature, it'll be red. And it allows a gardener to harvest a mix of different fruit colors off of one
All the
plant.
same time, is the flavors different when it changes color?
I think that as it continues to ripen, it'll get a little bit sweeter, but I'm not a big fan of green peppers, and this is a little bit milder. It's not as like,
Some
grassy.
more for me then.
Exactly, yes. Have at it.
And the plant habit seems midi
Correct.
as well.
This will do well in a container or in the ground.
All right, so that is prism. And what do you do with a mid-sized pepper, do you think? What's the best culinary?
I think it's great to put in salads. You can also cut the top off, stuff it with, anything with cheese in it is bound to be delicious as far as
There
I'm
you go.
concerned. There's lots of different ways that you can prepare it. But the other nice thing is like where some of these standard bell peppers get huge, like I'll cut it in half, put half of it in the fridge, and then inevitably it's gonna rot in the fridge. This, you don't have as many leftovers.
great for recipes. All right,
Absolutely.
that's prism pepper.
Prism pepper.
Josh, thanks as always.
Thank you.
You are an enthusiast and into your work here
Well,
at
thank
Pan
you.
American Seed.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, can I help you out, Chris? A friend in need is a friend indeed.
Tanya. Oh, thank you. Cut flowers, including specialty cuts, are a bigger and bigger thing here at Ball. In fact, it's really how Ball Seed started. And there's a beautiful display bed of assorted cut flowers. They've got Lysianthus, Gerbera, beautiful Asiatic lilies, calla lilies, all sorts of things in cut flowers here at Ball Seed. But we want to get back to some annuals, so let's talk about Selecta and Ball Flora Plant. They're right over here. Looky here, Osvaldo found it. Our next stop, Ball Flora Plant and Selecta, your source for unrooted cuttings on time and in full. Because it's not all about seed here at Ball Seed. They've got cuttings too. And we're going to talk to Leland Turing, who's back here. Leland, how are you, my friend? Good, how are you? Very good. See ya. Don't let us interrupt, but we just did. We're going to talk unrooted cutting varieties, vegetative varieties,
All right.
from Ball Flora Plant and Selecta, because you are the sales manager for both brands, is that right?
Yeah, sales manager for Ball Floral Point and Selecta One North America.
Selecta One North America. See, he could be the marketing manager.
I could.
He gets the name right.
But they don't let me. They don't let me touch.
But you're out
marketing
here in front of the
materials.
Lantana, and I know you've got some new ones. But talk about the Lantana message.
Absolutely. You know, one of the questions that we get from growers all the time is, what kind of Lantana can I put in a hanging basket? And I believe we have found the answer, Chris.
Because it's been a landscape plant forever.
It has. It absolutely has been. Absolutely has been. But you know, we really want something in Lantana that trails. So we've got a lot of different series in Lantana. This one's actually going to be a standalone. It's called Passion Fruit. And again, you can actually see it here in a hanging basket doing what? It's trailing.
I could see that, and it is a spectacular color.
Spectacular, eye-catching color. And I think what we like about Lantana too is, you know, it's a pollinator magnet, okay? It's drought tolerant. It hits a lot of messages that really resonate with consumers, and now we got a really nice one for a hanging basket.
That's a standalone, but is that the only standalone or basket?
That is the only standalone basket. The rest we have are primarily series because, you know, we really like to have every major color in Lantana depending on the vigor that a greenhouse grower is looking for.
All right.
You know, so example, we've got new for 2024, we've got the Shamrock Red, and this is going to be medium vigor, which means that we can put this in a 12-inch patio pot. We can do this in 8-inch single standalones. And again, it's going to be like a nice rounded, mounded ball, right? So there's other Lantanas like Lucky Lantana we've had on the market for a number of years now. But Lucky's great for combinations. This one is great, this Shamrock, for just standalones. And that red is certainly vibrant out here in the heat.
And they like the heat, too.
They love the heat.
And one of the programs I know you're doing is, it's right behind us here. It's really talking about the shoulder seasons, like July.
July, yes.
Or like maybe March. And you're showing some of that along here. Describe that a little bit.
Yeah, so, you know, we all know that in the prime spring season, we can sell everything that goes at retail, right? In May, especially, but what are we going to do on the shoulders, right? So we've got basically trying to showcase some things we can do both early season and then also to extend the selling season as well. So like early season, we got lobelias, osteos. We've just launched a brand new series of nemesias and annual erissimum. Well, really, I think what Ball Floral Plant likes to kind of hang our hat on is really extending the selling season, things that are going to make it through the heat of the summer. Because you know what, we got to have stuff on the bench when those consumers are coming through in June here in the Chicagoland and Midwest market. So things like the Lantana we just looked at, of course, but we've got Angelonia as well. We've got Salvia. We have a brand new Cleome this year as well for 2024. Mm-hmm. Something that's gonna, again, extend the selling season. It's gonna last through the summer, can take the heat, and we have a wide variety of products that really fit that mold. So that's kind of what we're here showing today.
All right. I haven't seen a wall of color like this since Purple Wave was introduced. Leland, what's this going on behind me here? That's spectacular.
All right, this is a brand new Petunia Calibrachoa cross from Selecta One. We're calling it the Inviva series.
So this is a Petcoa.
Petcoa.
We've been seeing more and more of these things as right here at Ball Seed Customer Days.
Absolutely. This is another one, and this is going to be very vigorous. This is pink, and as you can see here on our wall of Inviva color here, this is going to last in extreme weather conditions, but it also looks really fantastic in a hanging basket. We can put it in the ground as well, and that's why I think people like these Petunia Calibrachoa crosses so much, because they're versatile. You can do all kinds of different stuff with them. Put them on a wall or put them in a basket.
And what's the difference with the one we saw earlier, yellow one, was from seed.
From seed.
Is vegetative.
Correct.
What's the difference? Other than the fact that this is from cuttings, obviously.
Obviously, that's one of the main things that's different. But I think one of the key differentials is that this is going to be more vigorous than that Cali burst that you see there. And the other thing is, we really think that this looks great in the ground and the landscape as well. Both look great in a hanging basket though. So, and also one's yellow and one's pink. So that might be the obvious reason.
And you got more coming?
And we do have more coming. There is 3 colors to add to this pink here, and more to come in the future.
Right. Now you haven't given up on petunias, good old-fashioned petunias, because we came past this one and I said this one is really cool. Tell us again about this double. It's a bicolor, and dare I say it has spots?
Yes, we actually like to call that the sky pattern, Chris.
Is that the technical term?
Well, it's because night sky was the very first sky pattern that had those spots.
We
on
all
them,
know
and we
night
now
sky.
know them as well now.
Beautiful variety. But this one is called Petunia Sweet Sunshine Magenta Sky. So tell me the attributes of this one, besides the obvious color and pattern.
Absolutely. So this is actually the very first sky patterned double flowered petunia. And we're kind of cheating a little bit though, Chris, because it's almost semi-double. You can see on these flowers, you've got single petals and then double flowers in the center. This is going to be also for probably a little bit more vigorous. So you're going to want to put this in a larger hanging basket. And especially for somebody who's looking for something a little bit different, something a little bit that's maybe out of this world, check out Sweet Sunshine Magenta Sky.
See what he did there? You showed us En Viva, which is a Petunia calibrachoa cross, and you showed us a petunia. How about calibrachoa, the other end of the spectrum there in this breeding world?
Well, we haven't given up on calibrachoa yet either.
Thank you, because these are beautiful.
There are so many interesting patterns and colors and vigors that we can get still from calibrachoa. It's why it's still one of the #1 vegetative genus in North America, and I think will continue to be based on some of these newer varieties that we're seeing. And I will say, Chris, before I talk about some of my new favorites, it's just our focus on supply chain with calibrachoa. I mean, it's such an important crop to so many of our growers, and we really spend a lot of time, effort, and investment making sure that we can have the most reliable supply from both Selecta 1 and Ball Floor Plant on calibrachoa.
Yeah, it doesn't do any good to have a beautiful variety if you can't get it.
That's right. That's right.
And what I love when you talk about patterns, because you've got a new star up here, bold color, beautiful yellow star. That's a mini famous Uno blue star. But then you've got this beautiful pastel that almost looks like it, multi-colors on one plant. The variety going on here.
No, and that's actually why this is one of my new favorite calibrachoas. This is called Uno Pink Radiance. It's because you really do get almost 3 colors all in the same plant. It's like having a combination with just one cutting. And I think too, while we're looking to always make things as easy as possible for the grower, having patterns like this where you got an instant combination certainly are the way of the future.
Now, can we get these kinds of colors over in those Petcoas, do you think?
Oh,
what are the breeders working on?
I'm sure one of these days we might find that, Chris, but breeding does take a little bit longer than I know we'd all like.
Can you show us the back room or area? What's it called over there?
Oh, we do have I can't tell you, otherwise we might have to.
Well, if you were here at Ball Seed Customer Day, maybe you could talk your way into the back room and get Leland to show you what's coming next in these things. Thanks, buddy.
Nobody's ever made it out alive though, Chris, so that's the only one problem.
There is that. I kind of thought the face painting was for the 6-year-olds, but you've embraced it. I love it.
Yeah, my boss is like, come on, do it. I'm like, crap.
That's the kind of fun. That's the kind of fun we're having out here at Ball Seed Customer Day. Ball Ingenuity, that's third-party breeding that the Ball Corporation brings in, because while Ball has many, many great breeders, they also know there's other great breeders around the world who have products that deserve to be in the marketplace. And someone who knows a lot about the Ball Ingenuity varieties. Come on out here, Kelsey Manalga. How are you, Kelsey?
I'm good, Chris. How are you doing today?
Staying cool?
Oh, sweating like always.
There's no need to sweat about your new introductions, though. These are fabulous. You must love talking about these. Let's start with this one.
I am. So the Tacoma Kalama series, they are fire.
Wait, say that 3 times fast.
Tacoma Kalama, Tacoma Kalama, Tacoma Kalama.
I knew she could do it. Anyway, Tacoma Kalama is?
It is, well, normally they've been bred, this has been bred to stay nice and short and compact. Normally they're known as these tall, lanky, 8-foot tall bush shrub vines.
It's a big tropical
yeah.
vining plant. Beautiful flower colors, a trumpet vine.
Exactly, yep.
Right, but again, the attributes bred to be more compact.
Bred to be more compact, stay nice and compact, stay small, stay underneath the windowsill if you're in the south, but up north with us, nice patio container pot, tropical pot. So they work out really
So
really
patio
nice.
tropical or year-round landscape plant if you're down south.
If you're down south.
All right, what else have you got to show us?
I'm going to show you the Anigoxanthus. It's the Bush Gem series.
Annie, this is kangaroo's paw.
Yes.
Right? So Talk about a heat lover. He ought to be like, oh, this isn't hot. I'll tell you what hot is.
Right?
So Bush Gems.
Bush Gem Celebrations.
And the color on that is fabulous.
Yes.
In fact, I'm seeing several colors up here because I know you introduced 4 or 5, didn't you?
Yep, there's 4 new. So you can see there's the purple, which is the carnival. If you want to walk around too, the blue is what everybody's so excited about. How many times do you
Yeah,
actually
can you get this, Osvaldo? Because it is such an unusual blue into purple sort of a look there. Let's bring that out and get that in. That one's called.
That's Masquerade.
All right, and there's a couple more in the back there. So, and how would folks use Anagoxanthus for those who aren't familiar with kangaroo paw?
Right, and to stay with my whole compact series of the Kalamata, now this is a more of a compact one. It's, again, heat lover, so it can go in the landscape, but I would keep it more in as a container plant.
All right, and lastly, I think this is another one that Anna Ball called out as one of her favorites in the whole garden. It's got to make you proud.
Yes. It is the Rudbeckia Sunspot. So there's two colors. There's a gold and a bicolor.
There they are right here. And the attributes of these?
They are from seed, so they're actually very consumer friendly or grower friendly because it helps with the cost. And they have that nice huge bloom, so it makes for a really nice 55-mile-an-hour color for a drive-by.
I don't know why you're perspiring out here, Kelsey, because these are some cool new varieties.
I think they're really hot, and that's why I just can't stop sweating.
Oh, I see what you did there. Well, that's just a sampling, a taste, a tithe of what you can see here at Ball Customer Day. For instance, there's the Circle Garden. The Sky Frame Garden. The Woodland Walk. Hey, Osvaldo. Osvaldo! The Sun Container Garden. Some of the many services that Ball Seed offers. Tours of the Helix Lab. And the Seed Distribution Center. The All-America Selections Trial Ground.
Well, that's only a snippet of what you see here at Ball Customer Day. My name's Chris Beytes, editor.
I haven't retired yet, young Olivia Zirko. Although that's pretty good. You could take over my job.
Thank you.
That's Olivia Zirko, daughter of Jen Zirko. I'm Chris Beytes, still working for GrowerTalks magazine, still editor of GrowerTalks magazine, for at least for a little while, saying thanks for coming to Ball Seed Customer Day 2023. Now, if you really want to do it accurately, you say it's a smidgen, a tithe, just a taste of what you could see here at Ball Customer Day.
Understood, yes. I will do next time.